We got on this deal.
We really did. Alright. Kick us off.
No, I usually do.
Alright, fine.
I mess with them before.
Welcome to Whole Time Real Estate. I'm Josh.
Phil.
And today we're going to do a deal breakdown. Basically, we're going to pick one of our deals from last year, and we're going to go through the numbers, go through like a little bit of the backstory, kind of the context of the deal, and just kind of walk you through it. Today we have a deal that we did in Flossmoor that we got here. We got the HUD here for you, and we're just going to break down some of the numbers. But first, you want to walk them through like the story a little bit?
How everything started. Okay, so this is a straight up driving for dollars lead. I'm sure most of you know what driving for dollars is. Free lead. I drove past the property numerous times, and when we started wholesale, I had an ego out for this type of property. So property completely dilapidated. Looks like just wrecked. The grass was like a good 8 feet high all around the property. So I saw that. I got the app that we use, which is Landglide. We figured out who the owner for this property was. Then we used another, it was a free service, it still is, called True People Search. We cross-referenced, we did a reverse address search, and we cross-referenced the owner's name with what we found on the Landglide. True People Search gave us 5 numbers. I sent them over to Josh. He called them. I think the 3rd number was his cell number, and Josh took it over from there. We had it under contract. You want to go through how we did that?
Mm-hmm. I'm just writing down everything that we used over here. So DF drove for dollars,
TruePeopleSearch.com. I'll put something up on there for y'all to remember, up here or down there.
So how we find it? We found this deal, driving for dollars, which is free besides the gas. Landglide, $10 a month app. True People Search, free. All right. So all in on this, let's just say we use $10 in gas. All right.
I was driving a Hemi. That was like a good 40.
All right, whatever. $40 in gas, and then Landglide, $10 a month.
Mm-hmm.
And True People Search is free. All right. All right. So just to show you, and I write this down because I want y'all to just see, just the numbers. So let's say we all in on this deal at $50, right? All right. So we got his number from True People Search. He texts me. True People Search is gonna spit out maybe about 5 or 6 numbers. I tried the first 2 numbers. It was like a house number. Then the second number was a cell phone. Spoke right to the owner. The reason why I knew it was the owner was because of Landglide. Landglide gave me all his information of the owner. So I had the owner's name, and sometimes it'll be a LLC, or sometimes it'll be a trust.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But if they give you the owner's name, that's the name that you want to look for on the True People Search, right? So I just, hit him with the same speech I hit every. Hey, I don't want to say his name, but whatever. We can use his name.
No, don't use his name.
All right. So I was like, hey, David, how you doing? My name is Josh. I was driving through the neighborhood and I seen your house at 123 Main Street. I was just wondering, would you ever consider taking an offer on that property? He said yes. He said, I've been trying to sell it. The house is actually in a fire. Did you know that? I was like, no, I didn't know it. So as soon as I heard yes, I was instantly, turned on to it, and I was, ready to engage. So we got this lead around
8.
no. When did you drive for dollars? And actually, we made contact. We made the phone call.
I believe this was January.
Okay, so this was about January. All right. We didn't actually get on the appointment until like maybe the end of March. You know what I mean? So, just to show you that you got to follow up, and sometimes you just got to be just
persistent,
patient. Yeah, persistent and patient. So, we got this. We went on the appointment in about March. And before, we went on the appointment, and he was basically saying that he wanted 50,000. All right, so this was our starting point. All right, which is great. It was a great starting point at 50.
See that?
No. Matter of fact, no. I'm tripping. He didn't even want 50. He wanted 60.
He did want. He wanted 60 at first, and we got him down to 50.
No, he wanted. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, he wanted 60,000 up front for the house.
And the reason, this goes into a whole nother aspect of this deal. The reason why we were able to get him down to 50 is because we found out that there was a previous wholesaler that was trying to get the property from him, and they actually offered him 35, which is ludicrous for this property. But let me get into a whole nother, like with that, this wasn't a traditional, wholesale deal. Like when I say traditional, I mean, you put $10 down of earnest money, you lock it up, you try to get him to sign the contract right then and there. He wasn't going for none of that. Mm-hmm. And that kind of helped us out a little bit. We actually ended up putting $1,000 down to lock this deal up, and that wasn't, he didn't want it just because, like, he just wanted, hey, I just want you guys to pay my attorney to get started. So we was like, okay, cool. We agreed upon the price of $50,000. We gave him the $1,000 cashier's check. He gave it to his attorney just to get the whole process started.
Now, don't do that all the time.
No.
But you just that goes back to listening, right? So when the seller says, you know what, I've ran into guys that were saying pretty much, because we all say the same stuff. Mm-hmm. I run across people that were saying something that you were saying along the lines, and it was like, he tried to give me like $10 earnest money, and that was just a red flag to me. Now I just got to build trust, right? So the whole time I'm on the appointment, I'm trying to build trust and try to legitimize myself, you know what I mean, as an actual buyer here, or somebody who could actually help them. So that's why we've never put down $1,000 earnest money on any other property that we sell. But this guy, he was just, hey, look, a lot of guys been calling me about this. I came out, they keep giving me these one-page contracts with $10 earnest money, and I just don't trust it. That's fine. So we said, you know what? Well, what would you trust? Well, you know what? I just want $1,000 earnest money just because it's gonna cost $500 for my lawyer just to even, get the title search ready and get stuff going. Mm-hmm. So he wants to come out pretty much clean. He doesn't really want to like put any of his own money up. He wants to make sure that he's protected just in case we did back out of the deal, which other people have done before. Mm-hmm. So I went on the appointment. He wanted 60,000, right? This could have worked at 60,000, but as we were talking and as we were going over, I approached him with 50, all right? So I approached him with 50,000
for the acquisition.
So I'm gonna put an ACQ, and he was with that. So we got 60 out of the way. Now you see that? I made myself $10,000 just by talking, right? Mm-hmm. Just literally by talking to him for a couple minutes, I made myself 10,000 because I knew it could have worked at the 60.
And when he goes into the whole report thing, you want to get into the story about what we found on Craigslist?
Right. So that's next. So this is the appointment. This is March, right? Beginning of April. We leave. And we're already locked in at 50. And he was like, you know what? Yeah, I'm just gonna get my lawyer started on it, and I'm just waiting on you, basically. So I was like, okay, fine. So like a couple days go by, and Phil's always on Craigslist. He actually sees this property on Craigslist.
I was livid.
For like 51, 55, something like that. Yeah. So obviously he told somebody else that he wanted 50. And they just put it up on Craigslist. No contract, nothing. So I called him immediately. I said, hey, David, how you doing? Did you try to sell this property to somebody? Did you sign something with an agent or with a realtor or something? Mm-hmm. He said, no, I didn't sign anything. I said, well, take a look at this. So I sent him the links. I'm like, look, somebody's trying to market your property, and that's illegal. You know what I mean? So automatically I'm building trust. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Just by being honest with them and everything. Now, if it was another wholesaler, which I know it probably was, if they had a contract in place, I wouldn't have done it. I would have let them market however they market, right? Exactly. But since he didn't sign anything, that's why I was like, this is an opportunity for us to build trust with the buyer. With the seller.
And plus, we don't want to waste our time. If you sign with somebody else, let us know.
Right.
We'll go with something else.
We'll get out of the way. So 50,000 acquisition. He was all good. And I'm gonna put this over here just because I want y'all to see. And this is EMD which we were gonna get back. Now, I don't suggest putting $1,000 EMD on anything else, but when you know you got one, you got one. So this is how I knew I had one, right? So he wanted 50,000, right? I knew that this house was comping at 2.25, right? Knew by the area, everything. All right, so 225 was my ARV, right? He wanted 50,000. Let me write this over here. So this is how I knew it was gonna work. So 225 minus 50. Now I'm thinking in terms of a flipper now. 50,000 acquisition, and then the house needed what, about 80?
About 80.
Okay, house needed about 80,000 worth of work. Now it was in a fire, all right? So that's gonna be rehab, all right? So this is how I come up with my numbers in my offers, right? So 225 and what, 175 minus 80, that's 95, right? Mm-hmm. Make sure my math is correct. Yeah, 95,000, all right? So it's 95,000 worth of, I guess you could say, spread, right? Mm-hmm. Let's abbreviate that real quick. So I had 95K worth of spread, right, in there. Without me getting paid. This is just raw numbers. Acquisition 50,000, the rehab is 80. They can sell it for 225. I come down at 95,000 worth of spread. Now, I'm gonna find my calculator out. Got the money columns.
Money call.
Go on and take that.
Yep.
How we get this is that we say all in 225,000. We're gonna times that by 0.70, right? And that means my all in, my buyers need to be in at 157.5 for it to make sense, right? So all in price, and I'm gonna write that over here, is 157. That's 157,500, but whatever. So all in, my buyers need to be at 157 for it to make sense on a $225,000 house, all right? So we minus out the 130 that is going to cost for the acquisition and the rehab, all right? So we're going to put ACQ plus rehab. And we get potentially, right, in a perfect world, 27,000 worth of spread, all right, which could potentially be my fee. So, but
We're almost up.
okay, take that later. All right, so 27,000 potential room for me, which is a good spread. It's a great spread. All right, so we blasted this deal out. Now remember, we got it for 50. And we blast the deal out at
75.
At 75, right? So 50K for us, 75K was the blast. And when I say blast, that means that we sent it out to our investors, and we just marketed it at 75, which means we had a potential to make $25,000. Mm-hmm. Had a potential to make $25,000 on this deal. Okay. We had a good response. I think we had about what?
12 people came out.
Yep, about 12 people came out. This wasn't just our list. We went on Connected Investors. We went on
My House Deals.
My House Deals. Just some of the marketing channels that we usually use that have other investors on that not quite on our list yet. And another thing, I would suggest that you put stuff on Connected Investors and My House Deals, just because you'll attract, as soon as they see you like constantly putting deals up there, your list is gonna grow. These are people that are gonna be like, you know what, I don't want, even if I don't buy this one, like,
I want to be in the know. I want to
Exactly.
see it before it gets to this website.
Right, exactly. So they want to be added to your list. So yeah. So I would put that up on those, just a tip. Put that up on those sites regardless. All right. So we blasted it out at 75, and we got what, 5 offers out of 12?
Yep.
Okay, so we got 5 offers out of 12, and we ended up accepting one for 69K. All right.
We had a lot of like crazy offers too. Like one guy was trying to, he wants to knock down the house and build condominiums, like because it's sitting on an acre.
Yeah, it was sitting on a lot of land.
It's unincorporated Flossmoor, so.
All right. So of course I said yes, sir. I'll take that. Now remember, we got it for 50. Shot it out for 75. Didn't get 75, but we got 69. Okay. So that means that we have a potential of $19,000. All right. 19K. All right. Now it would have been 19K, but I had to open up my big mouth and say,
per usual.
Yeah.
Giving away our money.
Yeah, and said that I was gonna pay my buyer's closing costs, which is all on his HUD. So we ended up paying his closing costs, which I don't recommend you do. You know, I really don't, because like it's just sometimes, you know, it's just, you know, it just doesn't need to be done. You know, if you already got a deal in place, they're not gonna let closing costs blow the deal. But this guy was just like nice, right? So the seller was such a good guy. He was just such a good guy. I said, you know what, whatever, what's $3,000? So we ended up walking away with $16,500 from this deal.
I'm right up here somewhere.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah. So the actual assignment fee was $16,500. Ass.
Come on, bro.
And this is why I wrote this up here, because look what we were into the deal for, right? So $1,000 was our own money. Could we have closed the deal without that earnest money? We don't know, but I mean, it worked. It helped build trust, okay? So, I mean, we got our money back, obviously, and then we got $50. So, if you want to just $50 that we were into the deal for, the actual profit, $450 profit. Because we didn't call this, we didn't buy a list, we didn't, you know,
Didn't buy the lead, nothing like that.
Exactly, right. $16,450 off of driving around, looking at a messed up house, getting the address, and do it. All together, we probably spent maybe, from showing the house, calling the guy, you know, the quick conversations, you know, we probably spent maybe 3-4 hours on this deal collectively total.
Which was more than what we usually were going to do, because we kept having stuff coming up. Like we found out, like, what was it? When the deal was getting ready to be closed, that now his neighbor wants to freaking put an offer in to buy it from him.
Yeah, it was just, I mean, it was like, it was stuff that just wasn't, it was just annoying stuff that was going on. I mean, nothing that like you can't handle, but it was just like, you know, you're not the only one that's gonna see the deal, right? So yeah, $16,450 off of $50, and that's pretty much the breakdown, man. I mean, I don't know anywhere else that you would even be able to get an ROI at that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's only real estate, man. You know what I'm saying? And it's quickly. So we end up closing this. It took a little while just because Illinois is super slow.
The date we closed was June 6th, I believe.
No, it was June. No, it was May. May
31st.
May 29th.
Okay, the end of May.
All right, so you can just see from the time we got the contract, which was like end of March, April. Yeah, so we just, and part of that was because of lawyers.
The lawyers, their attorneys.
Yeah.
Like the guy, I couldn't make it to the closing, but he went to the closing and tell him what the attorney said.
Oh my God, so this attorney, man, my seller's attorney was like 160 years old. Like, not even, like, honestly, dude was, man. So, yeah, I mean, so he was already slow, you know, and really I had to keep the whole deal together. I mean, my buyer was ready to close in weeks, you know, like in a week or two afterwards. So he seen the house in April and didn't close on it until the end of May. And you gotta understand, these are, you know, we're in the Midwest, so, you know, he has to get working on this house before the snow, before kids go back to school. So he's already working on a certain timeline. And, you know, my seller's attorney, not my seller, but his attorney was dragging his feet. So just, you know, be patient. plenty of times I just want to pull my hair out, just go crazy, but you know, that doesn't get anything solved. You know what I mean? Like the only thing that gets stuff solved is actual execution. So we went in there, we stuck it out, we executed, we brought the deal together, we kept it together, and yeah, we walked away with a nice check. And no double close. No double close.
Nope.
So, yeah, so on my hood, you'll see it. It's assignment fee. You know what I'm saying?
Assignment fee.
So don't be scared of making your money. You know what I mean? If you agree with something, with the if you agree to a price with your seller, that's what he wants. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. He doesn't have to know what you do with it after that. So yeah, nah, we haven't double closed yet. You know what I mean? Like that's not. You know what I mean? If you got a problem with me making money, then I don't have to deal with you. You know what I'm saying?
Do business with me.
Yeah, that's it. You know what I mean? And it's crazy. We got another video coming about that. But yeah, you know, that's short and sweet, man.
Yeah, first of many.
So what am I telling y'all? Drive for dollars. Get these apps. Get Landglide. Get True People Search. Get whatever tools that you need. You know what I'm saying? At a certain price point, and get out here and go. Now, every house that you go past, no, it's not gonna be that sweet, right?
Yeah.
But
you're gonna have to actually look.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? But eventually, you know, 100, 200 a week, you will eventually come across more and more deals, bigger and better deals.
Yep.
So that's our deal breakdown for this week, man. I'm Josh.
Phil.
And this whole time real estate, man. Thanks.
That was good. That was great.
It's always good, man.
Damn.
What the fuck's my
Better than
name?
the second one. Better than the first one.
You know what I mean?